I can't see it. It doesn't tell me.
There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, guys. This is Trina Johnson with Morelli Entrepreneur Training for Women. So glad you could join us this evening. We'll tell you a little bit about Morelli. We are a growing community of like-minded, powerful women who come together to connect, learn, grow, and prosper together. We are here to change the world. We're here to make everyone a more successful businesswoman. So, couple of housekeeping things tonight. I am not going to mute out everyone just yet, but if there's background noise, I will mute all the microphones. But right now, feel free to engage and ask questions. Please don't be distracting. If you're on the panel, what are you? Uh-oh. What are you doing?
I can hear you, Trina. I can see you and I can hear you, Trina.
I'm not sure what you are doing.
I'm not touching anything.
Do you have your headphones in?
Yes, I do. This is technology. I love it, don't you?
I'm not sure why I'm getting...
It sounds normal to me. It really does. I have my headphones in. There's no other noise around here.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why, because we're going to now have a gap there. But that's okay.
So you were saying?
Well, there's a significant lag here.
So you want to start over again? We can start over again and cut off the first part of it in YouTube. It's not a big deal.
Right, but we now have to get caught up.
Start over again.
No, actually. Yeah, so I'm not sure what the playback is. So I'm just going to talk, and then you jump in when you can. Now, okay. Are you hearing me now?
I hear you perfectly. I see you, and I hear you, both of them. So take it away, Trina.
All right. Well, I'm not sure what the playback is for. It's very, very annoying, but that's okay.
Do you want to reintroduce yourself?
Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Trina Johnson with Morelli Entrepreneur Training for Women. So I just want to talk, and then you jump in.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
This is so funny. All right. Anyway, I am going to just turn it over to Victoria. And Victoria, you just go right ahead.
First of all, hi for everyone that's here. I'm glad you came, and I hope that we can deliver a good hour of information for you. If you have any questions, please jump in, and we'll try to cover everything that we possibly can during this hour. Because it is our first session on Google Hangouts about this topic, we're going to do high-level information here today, a little bit about how to do something in particular, but mostly we want to talk high level. I have been doing, and let me introduce myself before we get started. I have been in online marketing since 1996. I started out doing search engine optimization and then taught myself to program and to create websites and graphic design and all that, and got into doing pay-per-click, which is Google AdWords, for different companies in the area where I used to live. Now, today, I am a coach and a speaker. I coach business owners with their marketing to help them get what they want out of their marketing. A lot of times they want to do something, but they have no clue how to do it. I help walk them through that process. So what we decided today to do with Trina and myself was to put on a Google Hangouts on how to do your marketing in 1 hour a day. Now, depending on your business and depending on how sophisticated you are with marketing already, you might be doing that in less time than an hour, and it also might take you more time than an hour because it really depends on what you want to accomplish out of it. So what we are going to talk about today is about the mindset behind it, exploring the big why do you want to do this? Then we're going to use the describe method of marketing, and describe is an acronym, DESCRIBE. We'll talk about that, and then we're going to go into how you go about it. And you'll have to forgive me a little bit of time because every now and then I have to look at my notes, and I don't have my glasses on, so let's just bear with it. When we talk about how to go about it, we're going to talk about being organized and how to work through it, how to work through the process. That's what we're going to talk about. So if you have questions along the way, please stop, and Trina will give you the floor, and we will go on with that. The first thing we want to talk about is the mindset. Now, whenever you're going to do anything, whether it's in marketing or in life or any particular task that you set yourself to do, it's really important that you get the proper mindset. And the reason I say that is because unless you understand where you're going and why you're going there, it's very easy to get frustrated or overwhelmed and to quit what you're doing. So you get the start, stop with your marketing, and you never gain any traction so that you can keep going and actually accomplish what you want to do. So the two things that you need to think about in your mindset is, why do you want to market your business? Now, we all know we want more business, but why do you want to market it online? Do you think that there's a market for you online, in which case you have to decide how you're going to do it in such a way to get a good return on investment. And the second part of mindset, which is probably the most important part of mindset, is the question of, are you interested in doing marketing for your business, or are you committed? Because doing marketing for your business takes commitment. It's like we don't want to start and stop, start and start, start and stop. So decide today or tomorrow morning when you get up, get ready to market, and decide whether you're going to be committed to it. Because in order to develop a good marketing funnel for your business, or a good process that people will contact you from all different areas of your marketing, it's really important that you have a good idea of how they're going to flow through that process. That's called your marketing funnel. So as we go on, let's talk about the process by which you decide how your marketing is working and whether it's going to work for you in the way you want, and then how to adjust so you actually get it to do the marketing that you want and you get the results that you want. So I like to use the word describe, DESCRIBE. Step one in this method is called describe what you want. Say, for example, and when we describe what we want to always think of it in terms of making a very specific goal with measurable results and be able to track it. And I know that's also part of the acronym of SMART goal, and some of you might know that, but we're not going to be too concerned about that right now. Basically, you want to make sure that, okay, let's just say tomorrow you woke up and you said, okay, I want to learn how to market on Facebook. I want to master that so that I can actually put that in part of my marketing for my business so that I can get leads and customers from Facebook. So you're describing you want to do it on Facebook. How many leads do you want that month? What do you want to work towards? Is it one, which is proof of concept, that you actually got one lead off of Facebook and then you can tweak from there? Or is it something like you got even more higher goals where you want to have 100 people into your list or into your marketing from Facebook? Unless you start out at the beginning with describing what you want, you won't know whether you succeeded, you won't know whether it is got a good return on investment, or whether it's you're just wasting a lot of time and energy and you're not accomplishing anything. So step one is decide. Step two is to explore your options. Just because it's social media does not mean that your business belongs on that particular property. For example, if you're a cook or a chef, or you have a restaurant, or you are into design, then it's really important that you get into Pinterest and Instagram. But if you're not in that market, or your customers or clients are not people that would be on those social media platforms, it isn't so important that you get on those. There are ways and reasons why you would, but it isn't as important as if you are a restaurant owner or a chef or a designer. So explore your options. Which social media platforms are going to give you the results that you want and need, because that's what this is all about. So that was step 2. That was explore your options. Once you've explored your options and you figured out how you want to accomplish the getting the people into either your list or onto your website so that they can actually decide whether they want to use your products or services, you're going to need to create your game plan. So if you're going to market on Facebook or LinkedIn, how are you going to do that? Are you going to create graphical ads, or are you going to do posts? Are you going to promote a post that you do? Are you going to create a Facebook ad and use that to promote your business? Create a game plan. And it involves more than just saying, okay, I'm going to do $100 worth of ads on Facebook. It really involves looking at that and saying, okay, if I put $100 in, what is my expected return rate? Because you would want to make at least $101 if you put $100 in, and hopefully a lot more. So when you create your game plan, decide what it is, what results you want. The 4th step is to implement your plan. So you're going to implement it. You're going to try it. See if it works. And if it doesn't work, or it does work, hopefully it'll work great. Okay, but very few people hit a home run out of the gate the first time they ever try it. So if it doesn't work, don't stop. Just change it a little bit so you can get some results that you actually will know that came from that particular property. If you do that, there's a saying about you can't steer a boat in the dock. If it's not moving, you can't steer it. So if your marketing is dead in the water and you're not doing anything with it, you're not spending any money, you're not spending any time, you can't there's nothing coming in, so you can't even change it so that you can figure out whether you can fix it and make it better. Step 5 is to debug your plan, and by debugging it, what I mean is, okay, I put $100 into Facebook, I got a customer or a client that I got $50 off of. Okay, that's good. Not great, but it's good, because what it did is it proved to you that you can actually get some money or get a client out of Facebook. Now what you have to do is start tweaking your ad and seeing how you can make it so that your ad becomes more of a draw to the people that you're trying to target. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that it was a failure. It doesn't mean that the campaign was wrong. It just means one part of the campaign was wrong. So once you're working through and you're debugging your plan and you've decided to stop a particular campaign that you've worked on, the time then is step 6, which is to evaluate. Is it a platform that you want to continue marketing in? Is it a platform that you want to market in but you need to get more information from someone? Or that maybe you need to outsource it to someone else to do that can probably do a different job than you can do because they've had more experience in it. So by using the decide method, you can decide whether your marketing is working or not, and whether you need to adjust it or tweak it, or perhaps go to a different platform. Does anybody have any questions about that particular part of the acronym on the word decide? Okay.
Actually, yeah. Go back over, because I thought you said describe at first, and so I was going to describe, and then I said, oh wait, let's do decide. So what are they? They are
no glasses at all. That's why.
Okay, that's okay. Go through the acronym again. Decide.
Okay, the acronym is decide. And I think I didn't say describe because I have a spelling wrong on this paper. The acronym is decide. So it's describe what you want, explore your options, create your game plan, implement your plan, debug your plan. Oh, sorry. And I will send this out to anyone that sends me their email. I will send out the information and the outline.
Okay, decide, explore, create, implement,
debug, and evaluate. Is it the platform that you want to be on? That's what you do in the
Okay.
last step.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so the next step we're going to talk about, or the next part we're going to talk about, is how to get started. Because when you start doing marketing, especially on multiple platforms, it can get really chaotic really fast. So it's really important that you're very organized in how you do your marketing, because if you're not, you're going to have an entire hard drive full of stuff that you don't know where anything is at, and you're going to be putting things here and putting things there and not know what you've actually done. I suggest that you actually decide to do, that's a good acronym, decide to do a spreadsheet that actually says what you're going to do throughout the month. So on the spreadsheet you would have the date, what the blog post is going to be about or what the marketing is going to be about, and then maybe a box that checks off whether you did it or not, because we always want to make sure that we are keeping ourselves accountable for what we decided to do. So what we do by getting organized is you decide what you want to get done. Okay, you have to decide what you want to do. So this part's going to get a little bit confusing, and so please ask questions if you want to, and if you'd like to get some more information. And I hope I have this in the right order. I don't. Okay. How am I seeing that page? Got to get fix a little thing on my screen. 1 minute. Okay. So before you get started marketing, what you want to do is set up these properties, and I'm only going to go through a few of them because whatever properties you set up, you want to set them all up as a tab in your home page on your browser. If you need information on how to do that, I will answer it if you email me. My email is on the screen right below my face, my head. It's victoria.hargis@gmail.com. The properties that you want that we're going to talk about are YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, your blog or website, Google+, Twitter, and if you want to do Pinterest and Instagram, you can, because those are image-based, but I am not going to talk about them tonight. So what I've done on my, and I think I can share my screen, so let me try doing that before we go too much further. And one thing you should know when you do marketing, everybody's got to learn somewhere, and this is like my first Google Hangout, so bear with me as I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to share the screen. I want to do the entire screen, I think. And if I just click on it, yes. Okay, so why am I seeing multiple?
It'll all fall. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like every time you do something new, you got to learn it all over again. Okay, so basically what I do, I have tabs here. I have Google+, I have relationship or my YouTube channel, I have my blog, I have my 2 Facebook accounts that I'm going to work on. One is my master one, just my name, and the second one is one of my pages that I have done. I have my Twitter account, I have my LinkedIn. So what I would do when I first start off in the morning is first of all, I'd have these all open. They're all open to my accounts, and you can set them as a page. So when you open them, you're going to have to think about the process of going through here. There are two ways to get started. You can do it either as a blog post, as just the text that you write, or you can do it as a YouTube video that you then post into your blog. Now we'll talk a little bit about YouTube, but I really just want to talk about the text for now. Maybe the YouTube can be another time, or if we have time at the end, I'll do that too.
Okay.
So what we have here is, okay, I have my blog post here, and I do it as a post, not a page. Before this was the Hangout started, I had already copied and pasted into this post. What I do is I don't ever, or very seldom, actually do it inside of the blog. I always do it in my OneNote or in a text document, just in case when you're typing in something and you happen to lose the page. I have lost blog posts. I have lost posts on Facebook. So I always make sure that I write the content in another window, and I use OneNote because it goes across all my computers. So I've copied and pasted into the blog post the information that I want. I set a featured image which you might have to do, you might not have to do on your particular blog. And then for this, I'm going to add another picture in here. It's actually going to be the same picture, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't take over the whole screen. This one's not, oh wait, hold on a minute. I love it when it does that. I'm going to go down smaller. I want it down to about medium. And I'm going to insert into post. So when you do that, you see that you have the image in there. When you're writing this blog post, I want to talk about the different components here. So the one thing that you want to consider on here is, first of all, you want to consider who you wanting to reach with this blog post. And when you decide that, you're going to want to write your title of your blog post in a way such that it attracts the attention of the audience that you're trying to reach. So for this one, for some reason, the title of this one is How to Embrace Your Quirkiness. I write a lot of things on personal development in this particular website. So this is on how to embrace your quirkiness, because we're all quirky in different ways. And accept our quirkiness, it actually becomes a lot of fun. So what you do is you look at your headline, and there are, in some of the resources that I'm going to give you, there is a way of creating headlines very, very easily. It's not something you should stress over. It's just a very easy way to create them, and you won't have to spend a lot of time thinking it up, because what we want to do is get this all done in less than an hour. So don't stress over it, okay? The second thing you want to do is either write an article beforehand, or write an article, 20 minutes, spend 20 minutes and write an article, 250 words to 300 words article, or create a video and put it inside of this blog post. Now you might be wondering, how on earth am I going to figure out what to write about? Well, there's a couple different things that you can do. One of the things that I do is I set up Google Alerts that will come right to my email and about certain topics. Now, I would like to talk to you a little bit about keywords, because that comes into this play of this too. Whenever you want to do anything marketing online, you want to make sure that you are using the keywords that people that you're trying to attract would type into a search engine. When you do that, okay, for example, this blog post probably, it's personal development. I don't know if anybody would be searching for quirkiness, but if they were, I would want to make sure that it was in my headline. And I'd also want to make sure that it was in the body of my article. And the reason you do that is because Google will look at all the text on the page and will index your blog post based on the words inside of the blog post and inside of the title. So when you do this, I mentioned a little bit about Google Alerts. So let's talk a little bit about keywords a little bit broader and a little bit more in depth. When you talk keywords, you try not to think of only one word as a keyword, because when we talk keywords, it's multiple words. It's, for example, embrace your quirkiness might be a keyword that we would target. You can do keyword research inside of Google AdWords. You do not have to have Google AdWords running. You can just do the keyword research. But that is a topic for another hangout. There's too much information here to put it in. So what I want you to do is just follow along and do this blog post. And if you have questions, you can stop me and ask me. So let's say I wrote this article. I have the title. I've done some keyword research, so I know what keywords I want to target. I've put a photo in there because photos draw people's attention. I have a featured image in here, which I needed to do on this particular website, because if I didn't do it, when I share it on Facebook, no image would show up. So let's put this into published and update it. Once it's updated, it's spinning right now, so once it's updated, I'm going to view the post, because what I want to do is grab the URL. And you can see it's posted on my blog, and this is the first step. And we're going to talk about YouTube in just a minute, so let's just think about this, because this is text. This is my first step. Second step is I go into Facebook, into my page. I was on Morelli's page. Go into my page, and I can post the URL, which will automatically bring up should automatically bring up the picture and a little bit of what was said in the beginning of the article. Now, if I want to, it's really nice if you put in something like a question. And you can get rid of this after you've put that into the blog post. It wouldn't hurt anything. So let's just ask a question. What if today you embraced your quirkiness? Because what you want to do is you want to get interaction. You want people talking. So if you ask the question, or another question of, what is your quirkiness? You never know what's going to actually grab somebody. So if you do that, share below, you'll be surprised at how many people will actually share. If I could spell share below right. L-O, there. No. Okay, Trina, what am I spelling it wrong? There it is.
There you go.
And just post this. Hold on a minute. My thumb's not working here. Post it. So once it's posted on Facebook, that's your second step, is post on Facebook. Your third step is to go into any pages that you want to post that same thing on and share it onto your Facebook pages or your Facebook groups that you belong in. Just going to go into on a page I manage. This one. And share the link. So you can see it once you get it, it goes very easily. Now there are ways to automate that, but I personally have run into a little bit of problems sometimes when you automate it, and it's going to take a few minutes for it to come in here, I think, because it didn't come through. That's always the joys of automating things. Let's try it again, and then it's probably going to come in twice. This is one of the things that you're going to run into when you're doing online media or social media. It will not always work the way you expect it to work. I'll just say thanks for sharing. It's old spelling, I can't do it. Share link. Now it says it was done. Let's just see. Let's refresh it. And it's probably going to come through as twice. Okay, it came through. And it did come through twice. Okay, so let's just delete this one. That's the one thing beauty about any of these things. You can change anything. You don't really have to have it there if you don't want, or if you screw up. Because we're all going to screw up when you're doing this. It's just part of it. The next thing you do is you share it to Twitter. Now remember, Twitter, you only can have 140 characters. So let's just say, what is your quirkiness? Oops. No, I don't even type these out when I'm doing them usually. Quirkiness. Spelling it wrong. It's okay. Please comment or share, or please comment. See, one thing I never got was typing lessons. I can't see what I'm doing here. Hold on 1 minute. There we go. And just you got up to 140 characters. It will tell you how many characters you've used, and just tweet it. The next step you're going to do is LinkedIn. Now remember, the one thing about LinkedIn is you don't do anything that isn't professional on LinkedIn. Now, the blog post that I shared is perfectly okay to share, but do it as a business slant to it. So, for example, inside of LinkedIn, what I could do when I'm sharing it, I could say something like, where does quirkiness, I'm going to hope I can spell it right, belong in the workplace? Because you always want to bring, let's see, that's CE. You always want to bring a business slant into it, because people do not like it if you don't. So you want to make sure you always put a business slant on LinkedIn. That's the process of just doing those 4 properties. Okay. What you want to do, the other part of this is, and Trina, I think you and I were talking about this the other day about when you do it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a video on your phone very easily, because when you're doing a video for a blog post, you really don't want to do much more than a minute or 2, because people lose interest. I have already taken a video off of this was actually off my camera, but you can do it on your phone. Just remember that when you're taking a video on your camera off your phone, you want to make sure you do it in horizontal format, because if you don't, you're going to get weird black edges and sides, so it doesn't look like it's filling out the screen for the video. So you want to make sure that you don't get black bars going down, up and down on each side. So you have a video that you've uploaded to YouTube. Basically, all you do in order to share this one, and if I get stuck, you're going to help me, right, Trina? Share.
Exactly.
Okay. If you share it, here's the YouTube thing. Copy it. I'm going to put this also on my blog as another post. So I'm going to say a new post, because I want to show you how this works. This is really cool, because they make it easy for you to do. Okay, the video automatically pops in. And the title of this one was Relationships Are Formed by Our Vulnerability. Now think about this. If you're doing it's much faster to do a video than it is to do typing out an entire vulnerability. I wish I could spell. Is that right? Yes.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so it was much faster to do this video. It only took me 2 minutes to do the video. You can upload it from your phone into YouTube, and then you can grab it from YouTube and put it onto a blog post, and you really don't even have to write anything if you don't want. If you want to write a sentence or a paragraph, you can, but you don't have to. And you can publish this. And it's, let's see if it's going to go change. And as soon as it's published, it's content that Google will index inside of the search engines. So same way you did with the text, you'd do the same thing. You'd find the blog URL, which is right here. You'd go into Facebook. You would post it in here the exact same way you did the text, and it will show up. So really, it's pretty simple to and how long has it taken? It hasn't taken that long. This right here will show up. This is the default image. This will show up instead of the YouTube video, unless I actually get the YouTube video URL. It's something that's happened recently inside of WordPress, between WordPress and Facebook. It's really kind of irritating to me. So let me get rid of this. Let me try this one more time. That did not work. Select all, copy, go back to Facebook. Let's delete this one. Oh, I know why I'm doing it. Don't you love that? I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. How many times do you click on something and it opens a new tab, Trina? Ever?
Oh, yeah, always.
Is this not going to let me get rid of this? It's not posted yet, so I'm just going to have to delete it.
No, yeah. Now, while you're doing that, and we talked about this the other day, one of the things that I do at this stage is I go ahead and submit every URL directly into Bing and directly into Google Webmaster Tools and
Mm-hmm.
manually submit everything into the index. So I don't wait for a bot to come find my content. I give it to them.
And that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
I
so
haven't
my
done that
stuff
with mine, but
gets,
it's good.
posted like right away. I mean, into Google.
And that's really good. I'm not sure why this is not showing up right now, the YouTube video. It usually shows up. It might show up later. That's a Facebook issue. But you post a video in there. You can also put in text if you want right next to it. And then you would do that by adding it again to your this is my page, one of the pages I manage. You'd add it also into Twitter and also LinkedIn, giving it a business slant when you do that. Then, Trina, you were talking the other day also about adding social bookmarks for all of these URLs. So do you gather the URLs in a spreadsheet, or how do you do that so that you always make sure you know?
Well, exactly. I've got a spreadsheet that has the major ones, Stumble Upon, Reddit, Dig, Delicious, all the social bookmarking sites, and I just open an Excel spreadsheet. I have them all hyperlinked, with my passwords and all that kind of stuff because they're all saved. And then I just take the URL and I just open the spreadsheet and I go Dig, Stumble Upon, Reddit, and just kind of run right down. And I can get, because that's valid backlinks, and really it takes 3 minutes, and I can put it, on those sites that, get millions of readers. So.
And that's a good idea, because if you save those URLs into a spreadsheet, you can also go back a month later and throw those back up into the bookmarking
and redo them. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So it's good backlinks and stuff like that. So there's this is the manual way of going about and doing it, and there are a few sites that I want to talk about briefly. Some of them I've used in the past, some of them I don't use currently. And then I also want to talk about a really neat site that you might want to investigate if you're already past this particular point in your online marketing and you're ready to actually automate it so that you can not sit in front of your computer every day and do your marketing. So I have in the past used Hootsuite. I don't use it now, but I think, Trina, you use it?
I use Hootsuite. I love Hootsuite. But I'm going to explore Buffer. But I do use Hootsuite, and I'm going to do a separate training just on Hootsuite because I really think people need to know, how to use it and how it can really make your life easy.
I think you're right. I use Buffer, and I think the reason I started using Buffer is you can visit any web page, and you might be able to do this in Hootsuite also. But Buffer works. It's attached to your browser. So if you visit a website that you like the content from, you can actually put the URL in your Buffer, and it will schedule it out so it actually posts to your Twitter and your Facebook at predetermined times. So you actually can stuff that Buffer full so that it's got a week's worth of content, and you could have put it in there in about, I don't know, less than an hour. You could probably put that much content into your Buffer account, and then it would automatically post.
Right. So that's what you do in Hootsuite too. So similar.
Yeah, so both those products are good. And then there's one more that I will take you to the site because I think anybody that's interested in automation should really know this site because it's pretty cool, especially if you're a geek. So for those people of us that are geeks, let me take you to this site. If I could type. I should have somebody just come on here and type all the time. The site's called ifttt.com. Now, if you're into automation, this is the granddaddy of automations because by using recipes, and I'm just going to show you the channels, by using recipes, you can cause one action to trigger another action. So, for example, if you had an email come to you, you can set up a recipe so that IFTTT would handle it in a specific manner every single time. So, for example, if you wanted to send a URL to an email account that you set up, it would automatically dig it. You could have it set up so it would automatically dig it. You could have it set up so it would automatically email someone else. It could put it into an Evernote. Depending on the subject line, you can have it go into different parts. And it's from one action, you can have multiple trains happen. So let's see if I can show you a recipe, for example. These are my recipes. I know there's a million recipes in here. I only have 14 of 166 channels activated also. So, like this is as silly as wake to the color of roses on Valentine's Day. It will actually change things on your computer. You can have it so it fades out your lights on every work day. You can build a Twitter list from a specific hashtag. So if there's certain people that you want to target, you can create this recipe so that actually it's created. You just have to implement it. You can have I'd suggest it's free. Just log into it, sign up for an account, and then you can actually start exploring the different recipes and see exactly what happens. It's pretty interesting, and it can get pretty convoluted and pretty automated so that you really only have to send one email to one email account, and it will trigger off a whole bunch of other actions taking place for you, either in the social media or in bookmarking or in even on your computer, and different actions will take place. So it's pretty cool automation. It's a little bit up. It's a step up from either Buffer or Hootsuite. So maybe you want to start with one of those first. So now there is a way. I want to talk a little bit about automation isn't attached to another program. You can automate things. So you can Facebook can be automated to post on Twitter, and your blog can be automated to post on Facebook. And there also is in YouTube a way to make it automatically post on Google Plus and Twitter. But the issue that I run into with that particular thing is that Google Plus can take more characters than Twitter can. So it really is kind of two different posting that you want to do. So just be a little bit careful when you set up your automation that you are aware of what it is you actually want to accomplish before you do it, because you can run into a little bit of difficulty. I do have a special offer for anybody that is interested in getting a list of resources that they can use when they're using their online marketing. I have a list of headlines that are headline hacks. I have a list of, which I don't have the sheet here, I have a list of that talks about the directories that you should be in for local marketing. I have a list on Fiverr, talks about Fiverr and video creation. I have a list on blog post ideas, so if you can't really think of what to post about, I have a graphic that actually will show you all the different things that you can use to create a blog post. So you'll never be without an idea. You'll always have an idea to start with. Do you have any questions, Trina? Or did I miss something so far?
No, I think you're good.
Cool. Well, if no one has any questions, then we can just wrap it up.
All right. Well, I want to talk just a brief moment about Morelli.
Good.
Because we've got, things going on, right? So here is just a quick look at some of the events that are coming up. This Saturday at Hello Deli, we're doing a Want to Sell More Products. Next, on Thursday the 26th, we're having roundtable discussions. Those are very powerful. The 4 topics are going to be, we're going to talk taxes, we're going to talk public relations, we're going to talk strategic planning, and we're going to talk about how to get and stay organized. So definitely want to come to that.
I want to know that.
Yeah. On the 4th, we're doing Professional Headshot Day. If you don't have a professional headshot, we're going to have photographer and makeup artist there available. Get your headshots done. We're going to be doing a crowdfunding campaign for Morelli to build a building fund. And we're going to be doing that on March 8th. And I think I know where, but I can't announce the location yet. But we're also going to do just a little thing about International Women's Day. And then our big conference, Master Your Metamorphosis, is coming up on March 14th. And so go ahead and get your tickets. I do still have some vendor spots, and we are looking for sponsors. So if you would like your business to be involved, please let me know. And you can always keep track of what we're doing with Morelli at morellietc.com, and then go to the events page. All right.
Very
so
cool.
Definitely, check us out. We are growing. We are becoming more active. We're going to do more Google Hangouts like this. And so we've got some things coming up on the calendar. And if there's a topic that you would like some training on, please send me an email and let me know, because I will find someone to do it. So that's what we'll do. So I think that is it. Thank you, Victoria, so much. We appreciate it. There was some good stuff there. And obviously, it's one of those things that the more you do online marketing, the more comfortable you get and the quicker you can do it. But you've just laid out a great strategy for 1 hour a day. You can really spread your message.
Right. And remember, it doesn't matter if you screw up the first time or not, because everybody does the first thing first anyhow. So just keep going, stay committed, and start building your marketing plan.
Sounds great. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.